Hello, good evening, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. Today I want to talk about the Meghan Markle, the Oprah interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. It's a pretty interesting interview. There's one specific topic I want to focus on here, where they were talking about the press and how they deal with the press. So I want to talk about that in the beginning, and I want to expand on different issues at the end after after the clip from Oprah. So I want you guys to listen to the clip. So Prince Harry has a revelation to us about the press. He makes a revelation that is pretty telling. So if you were skeptical about Meghan Markle in the beginning, then you're going to learn something. Listen to it carefully and let me know.
We had an interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. A lot of people are talking about it. And there was something that was said by Harry that is worth exploring in a little more detail. He talked specifically about the cozy relationship between the royal family and the UK tabloids. Take a look.
I also am acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify it. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean,
But who's controlling who? It's the institution. From our point of view, just the public.
Now, listen to carefully what Prince Harry said, right? He said something that's kind of interesting. He said that because many people say that Prince Harry has no compassion on his family. He said that we need to have a little bit of compassion for my family. So he still loves his family. Because what's going on is that the press, the way the press works, is kind of like a mob, a mafia. It's like, hey, um, give me a leak something about your family, and if you are the one that's leaking to me, let's say that Prince William or anybody or Prince Charles leaking something to the family, right? Leak something to me. I'm gonna make sure that you look good. I'm gonna give good news about you, and I'm gonna make the other person look bad. I'm gonna make Meghan Markle look bad. That's what they are saying. So that's pretty interesting to me. Like, there's that kind of dynamics. That's what he's trying to show it. And that is very dangerous. So this is why there's so much confusion. You see, so some people are for Meghan Markle, some people are for Prince Harry. Me, there's a little bit of me that I thought that Meghan Markle was being discriminated because she's a woman of color. But there's a part of me that I want to be honest, that I thought that Meghan Markle is always like complaining too much. So there's a side of me that was leaning toward that. Like, why are you complaining all the time like that? Like, but like, because you're a princess. There's a part of me that's like that. So it's a difficult thing to try to understand what's going on. By the way, I don't really give a damn about about the prince and the princess. They are, I mean, there's nothing going on there like with those people. But because of Meghan Markle, everything Meghan Markle added colors. It's not to be funny. She added colors to the she added a lot of color to the royal family, and which makes things interesting. So I want you guys to finish to listen to this, and we can comment more. Thank you.
Institution survives based on that perception.
So you're saying there's this relationship that Meghan was speaking of. It's like symbiotic. One lives or thrives because the other exists. That's what you're saying.
That's the idea.
I thought that was an interesting take, especially from Prince Harry, since he knows my experience as being part of the royal family, what it's like to deal with the UK press, but more importantly, to see how that symbiotic relationship really developed and continues to thrive in the UK. And also, let's keep it real, one of the reasons why that stood out to me is because it's so similar to what we talk about here in the context of the United States. I mean, I immediately think about the White House Correspondents' Dinner. What's the point of the White House Correspondents' Dinner? It's a fancy, glamorous event meant to keep access to the White House as long as you play by the rules, as long as you play ball, and as long as you, as a part of the media, serve as a personal PR arm for people in positions of power. And that goes against everything that journalism is supposed to stand for. But Cenk, I'm just going to let you go off because I know that this is your wheelhouse and you love going off on this. So proceed.
Yeah. Well, there's two parts of it. The part that Anna just talked about, which is so common that everyone in the press kind of assumes it, although they deny it feverishly if ever asked publicly. Access, what name so? Us trading favors for access? We would never. Don't be absurd. Almost everyone in the mainstream press does it. And so this is the oldest trick in the book. When you are a politician, let's say you're in the White House and you're a staffer, but a high-level one for Trump, and you want to get positive coverage, you leak to the press, and then the press frames it as you're right and everybody else is wrong. It has happened in the Trump administration, Obama administration. It will happen in the Biden. It's politics 101, and unfortunately, media 101. Now.
So you guys heard it right from the expert. This is from Cenk Uygur. He's a reporter. He knows. I mean, he works in journalism. He knows all about it. This is the way it works, guys. So what can we say, guys? I mean, it's like we don't know who's right, who's wrong. You know, I mean, I guess we know kind of who's right now because they are willing to talk. Prince Harry is willing to talk. The royal family is not willing to talk because me, I want to get to the bottom of this. Like I look at like situation where Piers Morgan walked out. Some people are getting mad that everybody's bashing the British royalty. But me, I feel like I didn't want to bash them, but it seems like there's a lot of issues going on there, and maybe that's the purpose of Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle did not come to become a princess. She came to clean up the all those people, like the institution, because it's so dirty there. Maybe that's her purpose. You know, me, I was wishing for her to be a princess, but you know, maybe that's her purpose now. And I think she brings a lot of light. Her and Prince Harry are bringing light to the issues, because who's willing to do that on their family? Not many people. So Prince William will never do something like that on his family. You know, so that's a good thing. And the family does have issues because look at Prince Andrew. He looked like he was a pedophile. The guy looked like he's a pedophile. Those things are serious. So that's my issue about this. Like, so basically, here we're talking about the press, right? The press goes inside. The press makes a deal with the people. So the people did so the people the press let's say for example Prince William invites the press in to dinner or to any event. He invites them in the castle, and because of that, the press has been invited inside the castle. The press give back favor to Prince William and always protects them. And what's the wife of Prince William, Katie, and always make Katie look good. You heard the story of Meghan Markle that say that Katie, Meghan Markle made Katie cry because Meghan Markle was annoying to Katie. She was bullying Katie, and and we find out that's not true. It was Katie that made Meghan Markle cry. It's the opposite. So, and the press wrote it like, hey, no, you know what I'm saying? No, 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 no. The press wrote it like, no, it is all Meghan Markle's fault. Why? Because there's somebody in the royal family that is leaking things to the press for favors. So now they're leaking things to the press, and they're telling the press bad stories about the Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Meghan Markle, as you know, in England, she was not a big fan of the press, and Prince Harry, especially definitely not Prince Harry. So What does that do? So they do not invite the press to sit with them. What does that do? So now the press are going to be on the side of Prince William, and that's the way. That's how nasty this is. So that's what I want to tell you guys. So guys, I have a podcast that's going to come up. My podcast comes up like every other Saturday, like the second Saturday and the third Saturday. So I'm going to submit a podcast, I think, on the 27th. It's going to be on YouTube. I just started it. So it's going to be the 27th of March. And you should see it when I publish it. It's going to be on YouTube also. And then the next one's going to be on the 10th of April. So I'm going to try to do a podcast, but also I'm going to have short clips about different issues like this. Okay. So this is a good channel for you guys to have like a perspective that is not biased. Have a good day, guys. Please subscribe. Subscribe to my channel.